Part 3. Understanding Short Talks. Directions. In this part, you will hear several short talks that will be read only once. After each short talk, you will hear some questions. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible choices in your test booklet and choose the correct answer. For example, you will hear,
Class, last week we discussed Alzheimer. Today, we are going to see how the brain functions. Brains are different from computers, but the parallels can be helpful. Your brain is equipped with 2 basic types of memory: working memory for juggling information in the present moment, and long-term memory for storing information for extended periods. Most of what we perceive hovers briefly in working memory, a mental play space similar to a computer's RAM, random access memory, then simply disappears. Like RAM, it lets you analyze and invent things without creating a lasting record. Long-term memory, on the other hand, acts more like a hard drive, physically recording the experiences in the brain region known as the cerebral cortex. The cortex, or outer layer of the brain, houses a thicket of 10 billion vine-like nerve cells which communicate by relaying chemical and electrical impulses. Each time we perceive something, a sight, a sound, an idea, a unique subset of thesis neurons are activated. Once that happens, anything that activates the network will produce the original perception as a memory. What we think of as memories are ultimately patterns of connection among nerve cells. Now, I'd like to show you a brain made of clay. Please come forward and have a closer look at it. Afterwards, I'll collect your homework.
Question 1. What is the talk about? You will read A. Complexities of the brain. B. Brain function. C. Random access memory. D. The cerebral cortex. Since the correct answer is B, blacken the letter B on your answer sheet. Look at the example. Question 2. Who is the speaker most likely addressing? You will read A. Medical students. B. Computer science students. C. Psychology students. D. Chemistry students. Since the correct answer is A, blacken the letter A on your answer sheet. Look at the example.
Now let's begin part 3.
Questions 39 to 41. Listen to a talk given at a television studio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CCN Television Studio. As you all learned in your broadcasting classes, a television studio, an installation where TV productions take place, is divided into a number of rooms, all of which crucial for the success of the overall productions. We'll be visiting 3 important rooms today. We'll start our tour to the studio floor, which functions as the actual place on which the actions to be recorded take place. Then, we'll continue to the production control. This room is a place in which the composition of the outgoing program occurs. This room is completed with various equipment, such as a video monitor wall, a vision mixer, digital video effects, and a still store to keep graphics or images. And finally, we'll visit the master control, the final point before a signal is transmitted over the air. The master control is equipped with banks of video monitors, satellite receivers, videotape machines, and so on. Please follow me.
Number 39. Whom is the speaker addressing? Number 40. Where will the people listening to this talk go first? Number 41. According to the speaker, what type of work is done at the production control room? Questions 42 to 46. Listen to part of a talk about a special student program.
Good morning, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Professor Khan from INTE University. I've been involved with the dual degree program for some years now, so I've been asked to give this introductory talk about the program. Now, let me tell you about the dual degree program. It's a program that involves cooperation between INTE University and a special group of affiliated colleges and universities to offer students the opportunity to earn a liberal arts degree from their current college and an undergraduate engineering degree from INTE University. Participants are undergraduate students who commonly follow a certain schedule required by the university. The dual degree program is an attractive alternative to traditional engineering curricula. Program graduates are liberally educated engineers with strong communication and problem-solving skills, a broad background in the humanities and social sciences, and a high-quality technical education. Besides that, this program helps students develop strong oral and written communications, problem-solving, and teamwork skills. There are a number of facilities students can get here, but today I will only discuss two of the most important ones. Firstly, by joining the dual degree program in INTE University, students will have access to work experience such as internships, both in the U.S. and abroad, through the INTE University Career Center. The center's ultimate goal is for students to graduate with job placement, acceptance into graduate or professional school, or commitment to a short-term program. And secondly, our university has the J-term. This facility enables students to have an intensive course in a concentrated 11-day format from late December to early January. I'm also in charge of this program. I have a lot more information about this program for you. But before I go on, I'm going to introduce two students who took part in this program last semester, and you can ask them any questions.
Number 42. What facilities of the dual degree program does Professor Khan's talk focus on? Number 43. What major does the university have for the dual degree program? Number 44. With which of the facilities is Professor Khan associated? Number 45. What does Professor Khan say about INTE University Career Center? Number 46. Whom will Professor Khan introduce to the audience next? Questions 47 to 50. Listen to a talk about tennis.
Tennis has been a hugely popular worldwide spectator sport, especially the 4 Grand Slam tournaments, for many years. The rules of the game have not changed a lot since people played it for the first time in the 1890s. However, there are 2 exceptions. The first one is that the server had to keep 1 foot on the ground at all times, and the second one is the adoption of the tiebreak in the 1970s. After the invention of the modern game of tennis in the late 19th century, it was played predominantly on grass for many years. It was then varied with the introduction of acrylic in the 1940s. People also started to use clay in the 1950s. These are the most common surfaces on which tennis is played today. Grass and clay are regarded as natural surfaces. Acrylic courts use asphalt and or concrete as a subbase, onto which may lay an optional layer of crumb rubber. This rubber acts as a shock pad and reduces the impact forces transmitted to the player.
Number 47. What aspect of tennis does the speaker primarily discuss? Number 48. What does the speaker imply about the rules of the game of tennis? Number 49. What changes happened to the rules of the game in tennis in 1970s? Number 50. According to the speaker, what happens to the court that doesn't have crumb rubber? This is the end of the listening comprehension section. Go on to the next section of the test.